Good morning, college and high school football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a plethora, and when I mean a plethora, I mean a plethora of madness this week, man. We got some fun stuff. Everybody held their own in high school football this week, except for one. But did that one team lose to a team that really is that much lesser than them? Well, I'll tell you, St. Francis Academy had a good game and toppled over IMG. Oh no, 17 over number 5. A great game there. Starting things off, the 3C2A, man, that was a lot of fun this past weekend. Riverside dominating. San Mateo dominating. Mount Sac. These teams are still revolving, right, at the top of 3C2A. Number 1 goes down in the NJCAA. Hutchinson falls to number 13, Butler. Are you serious? We got some good ones coming up this week. Tyler Navarro, count me in. NAIA upset. Morningside and Dordt. Remember that game we talked about last week? Well, guess what? Morningside got the better of Dordt. You're getting into that as well. Division 3. Oh, my goodness. There were some good ones there as well. Division 2 was home of the upsets this week, let me tell you. Also, FCS upset Youngstown State resurfacing just a little bit. Oh, yeah. And Division 1, Texas A&M reigns supreme. Who's going to reign supreme on Saturday Night Football? This week, we will find out. I hope you're excited, y'all, because T-Rod and I are about to kick some ass. Oh, yeah, it's about that time, y'all. You are not tuned in live to 3 and Out. I'll just right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. Yeah, feel it. Feel it. Who's ready, y'all? Y'all ready? Teran's about to rap right now. You don't even know. He did it last week. He's about to do it again right now. Pass the mic. I'm just playing. But if you want to hear Teran rap, like he legitimately did it last week. So I'm just saying, this show has more surprises than the Jerry Springer show. I'm just saying this shit. Yeah, we love Jerry. I just gotta throw that out there. But anyway, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Oh my goodness, man. It is November 2nd, 2024, which only means one thing, guys. November is here. November has arrived. This is it, y'all. This is the moment where tomorrow we all gain an hour of sleep. That pisses some of us off. That makes some of us happy. I just don't know why we can't stay like this, because I hate it getting dark at 5:30. It's but I don't know. Anyway, however you like it. This is also that time of year, Teran, where both of us have to use natural lighting in the morning. So both of us have to use artificial lighting because natural lighting it's not here yet. So yeah. The sun's just like, taking its time, So anyway, guys, good morning yet again. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out. Today's show title is November Has Arrived, and boy, has it arrived in style too, man. We got some goodies to get into today. The high school ranks are just, they're what we thought they were. Okay, let's just put that out there. Modern day, still doing what modern day does. I mean, it's just so many different things, right, that we got to get into today. Of course, you tuned in to listen to all the goods from the FBS all the way down, guys. You know us, we get all over the place. High school football, 3C2A, NJCAA, Division 3, Division 2, FCS, NAIA, FBS. We do it all, guys, everywhere, all the time, every weekend. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so very much. Let's get to it. Without further ado, welcoming my boy, man. He is my co-host of this show. He is the host of Set Point, talking all things volleyball here, of course, on IE Sports Radio every Monday evening. He is the host of the SoCal Sports Show, which, if you want a good show with lots of SoCal sports and some good comic relief in there, Teran finds a way to make things entertaining and funny, entertaining and informational at the same time. I love it. Great show, the SoCal Sports Show. Of course, yesterday, I had to tune in. Sucks I was driving, couldn't be in the chat room, but I was cheering on the Dodger celebration yesterday with Teran, man. I was loving it. But hey, guys, you already know. So it's baseball talk on the college football show. But you guys, he's also just a great overall dude, man. Glad to call one of my good friends, man. Ladies and gentlemen, IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, man? Good morning, sir.
Hey, Larry B. Good to be on here on this beautiful, bright and Saturday morning. And yes, I had to rock the Dodgers cap. Gonna need to get a new one of these because this is the 2020 cap, World Series Championship cap. So best believe I'll be upgrading my wardrobe sooner rather than later.
Oh, bro, I am with you a million times, bro. I cannot wait. Oh, I'm excited, man.
I'm feeling a whole lot better from last week.
Last week, the stress.
Yep.
And more, Taryn, this has been fun, dude. I'm just, oh man, but I'm excited, dude. We're doing it again, man. I don't think we've missed one weekend this whole weekend. Like I think we've actually gone straight through, even though I think there was one weekend where you did miss, according to like but
We had to do it Sunday.
we had to do it Sunday. That's right. That's right. But dude, like we're here as per usual, bright and early. Even if the sun isn't bright right now, we're bright and ready to go. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Let's get to it, man. You guys came here for college and high school football, and that's what you're about to do. Big ups to our boy, man, Mr. Adam Karnick. Tuning in. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Mr. Ralph Calise as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's right. Oh, you already know we're getting all into this one today, man. Penn State and good old Ohio State today. Penn State proves its true top 3 ranking. Well, we'll find out. Maybe number 1
Yes,
if
we
they
shall
win.
see.
Oh, we shall see. Adam, I don't want to get that one going too fast. I mean, I just got those out there. This is a great game for number 2 at the moment, though, Teran. Oregon's not losing to these teams. Oregon's not losing to anybody. But hey, that's a good number 2 fight. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We just lost half of our viewers, Teran. Everyone's pissed off at me right now for that. Sorry, but anyway. So, Teran, let's do this, man. Big ups to everybody once again for tuning in. We appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to follow us here on 3 and Out CEIE. You know what to do on the X machine. Also, follow my boy Teran right here. Teran Rodriguez at Teran Rodriguez 1. You can follow me, your boy Larry B at the THEE_LB53. Check me out. Follow me there. Show us some love, y'all. We do our best every day. Once again, big shout out and thank you to Planet Jerky. The awesome, delicious jerky that's on a whole other planet. And of course, my beautiful wife's company, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Christmas time, she's getting busy, guys. So put your order in right here. Yep, that's right. iSportsRadio.com/Seal the Deal. Wedding invitations, but baby showers, all that good stuff. Sending a letter, putting on gifts, all those little cool stuff for your wax seals. Or wax seals, wax stamps, and all that good stuff. But of course, you guys, sealing the deal all day long. She does an amazing job, man. So make sure to show her some love. All right, guys. Well, let's get to it, man. The FBS recap from last week. Teran. Wow. I mean, dude. Where's my car? I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I mean, really, are you at all surprised with any of these games, Teran? I mean, okay, Ohio State, they fought very, very, very hard against an extremely sleeper, in my opinion, Nebraska team. Barely knocked these guys off, but they got it done. This is what kind of scares me about Ohio State. I know that they're good, but Nebraska was Nebraska that good, Teran? Or was Ohio State slipping? I don't know. Number 12, Notre Dame, absolutely destroys Navy. I don't even have the actual score up there. That's hilarious. But yeah, they just belted Navy, man. Oh my gosh. 51-14. It was nasty. I mean, I can fix that real quick because yeah, it was ugly. Like absolutely ugly. Navy, we were going back to 1955, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? This is old school right here. I guess was not a peaceful day, though. The Navy there's so much potential there, but they ran into a brick wall with Notre Dame. You have Oregon here, number 1, Oregon, obviously just taking care of Illinois. This was an absolute beatdown. You also have number 15, Alabama. Well, they took care of Mizzou. And then number 8, Texas struggled versus Vandy, but then Alabama also struggle versus Vandy. Maybe we should give Vandy some more respect. I don't know. A little Rodney Dangerfield here. And, of course, Saturday Night Football, Teran. Texas A&M, man. The Aggies, LSU had this game for a while, and the Aggies were like, no. It was, I mean, Teran, how about these games? We talk about them. What do you think?
Yeah, the Texas A&M LSU one was probably the coup de grace, which I will admit I said that I trusted Garrett Nussmeier of LSU. I guess I shouldn't have, just because A&M's pretty solid. And then Vanderbilt, I think we do need to start putting more respect on Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. Texas narrowly escaped with that win on the road. I could only imagine Vanderbilt beating 2 powerhouses in college football. And one of the reasons why I think Ohio State almost lost to Nebraska is because Ohio State didn't dominate in the trenches. I feel Nebraska is such a good team, and they're such a trenches team where if they win in the trenches, they most likely win. But thankfully, Ohio State, being the talented and top 4 team that they are, they were able to survive against Nebraska.
You're so right.
That was pretty much it in terms of some of the notable ranked matches. I mean, SMU Duke was a barn burner. Ole Miss obviously handled business. Kansas State, Kansas was a thriller. Indiana proved me wrong. They didn't have Curtis Rourke, and they handled Washington at home. So, yeah.
No, Teran, no. Please elaborate. That was a game. You and I talked about that last week. We were like, oh, it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game. Teran, what the hell? I mean, okay, I'm not going to bash too much, but I mean, I don't know. I expected more out of the K-State KU game. I really did.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it's
was
one
a
of
good
those
game.
sneaky rivalry games where Kansas just had nothing to lose, and K-State had, I wouldn't say everything to lose, but I feel that their seeding in terms of the college football playoff was on the line, as well as maybe the Big 12 championship. So I feel Kansas really came out swinging. It was a tight-knit match, and Kansas really won this, but K-State just had just enough in the tank to eke out the win.
No, that's true. And the only reason why it was a great game, but the only reason why I talk about that K-State game is because the fourth quarter, like the offense, I mean, they did something in every quarter. The Jayhawks scored, but in the fourth quarter, it was just done. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I thought we'd get a little bit more fireworks in the fourth quarter. Regardless, it was still a good game. It was still a good game, Teran. I mean, overall. But how about Saturday Night Football, man? I mean, oh my gosh, it was a good game. LSU led this thing 17-7 at the half, man. They did, and I mean, going into that fourth quarter, 21-17 Texas A&M, and they never looked back, dude. LSU, I felt like in that fourth quarter, they just knew. Texas A&M knew. Let's just keep trying to freaking. And the funny thing is, they didn't even pound the rock that much, Teran. Their leading rusher, okay, leading rusher. I mean, they did, but they didn't. Amari Daniels, 12 carries for 91 yards. I mean, the crazy thing about this, Teran, is their numbers aren't even very high. This is a total team victory. Everyone touched the ball. A lot of people ran the ball. But when it came down to it, they spread the damn ball out so much. LSU just didn't have enough answers for all of them, So that was a very good team effort. I really loved that a lot. And Adam Karnick says here, give me Army in the college football playoffs. Screw it, man. I mean, it's that kind of year, right? Don't forget the Pitt SMU game tonight. Oh, of course, we're going to get into that one tonight. So you're spoiling all the fun, Mr. Ralph Kaliis. Just kidding. But we're going to get into all that good stuff tonight, man. We get in a little bit. We have some goodies coming on up. But yeah, man, looking after the we always have fun with the big giant picks at the end. And obviously this past week, Sam Houston over FIU. We had La Tech over UTEP. We also had Kennesaw State over Liberty.
That was the biggest shocker of the week last week.
Well, because Kennesaw State finally got a damn game. They
handed Liberty their first loss.
Exactly. We talked about that.
Which means we can finally put to rest Liberty in the college football playoff.
Exactly. No, and it's crazy to think, right? So that was the week before. Now, this past week, FIU defeated New Mexico State. Louisiana defeats Texas State. And Sam Houston, they egged out La Tech. And the cool part about Sam Houston doing that is, once again, guys, we keep on going off about it. Sam Houston, this is their first year as an FBS school, and they're making things happen. They're not the greatest team out there, but they're 7-2. All right, and the reason why I say greatest is because you guys know the rankings. I mean, a lower D1 that's undefeated is probably going to get destroyed by a team that's only won 2 games with their top 25 kind of, caliber type of team, maybe 3 or 4 games. But anyway, it's all good. Halloween night. Oh, actually, no, Jack State defeated Liberty. Something's wrong with Liberty, man. They've lost 2 straight now. They were undefeated. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Western Kentucky defeats Kennesaw State. Damn it, Kennesaw State. They 1-1 and couldn't repeat. And then on to Halloween night, man. Tulane. This wasn't even a treat. And we didn't even see any tricks. This was just a ass kicking. Tulane destroys the 49ers of Charlotte, 34-3. And then yesterday night, we had UConn over Georgia State. USF, good old Bulls, man. South Florida over FAU. I'm sorry, Teran. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Number 15, Boise State wipes the floor with San Diego State 56-24. What in the hell is wrong with the Aztecs? I couldn't tell you. But yeah, this was just so anyway, we have these games down here that you see, obviously the highlight, and then just lots of good ones, man. From this was this last past week, and then yeah, Taryn, it's all kinds. But any other notables from this last past week or last week's Saturday games that you want to throw out there?
Well, I kind of alluded to Indiana beating
Yeah.
Washington without their starting quarterback, Curtis Rourke, who might actually look like a Heisman finalist. But yeah, Indiana's still unbeaten. BYU, I think, is still unbeaten.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Florida State, they are no longer bowl game eligible as they fell to Miami. So, unfortunately, just like the Doritos flavor, it's not show year.
Not show year. Oh, I love that. Was hilarious. And Florida State beat Miami, so everyone's on the U is back bus, even though they just beat a Florida State team who's horrible. So that kind of thing. But anyway, the Paul Bunyan Trophy was awesome, man. I mean, that was a fun game. Michigan defeating Michigan State 24-17. I mean, there were some good ones, man. Penn State had some trouble with Wisconsin, barely edging them out 28-13. I mean, I don't know, it wasn't barely, but still, I mean, that was a game where they struggled in. But yeah, there was some good stuff, man. Last week, we really had, I really enjoyed watching a lot of these games, as many as I could last week. Duke, how about freaking Duke, man? Duke damn near beat SMU. It took overtime, man. 28-27. SMU pulls it out on the road. There was just a lot of good stuff, man. Colorado over Cincinnati 34-23. That was another game where, Coach Prime and the boys just kind of had to chip away at it. It was a great game. It was a good week, man. It was a very good week of football. Really enjoyable.
And Colorado with that win is now bowl game eligible. It's quite the big turnaround for Colorado because I think a few seasons ago, before Coach Prime came along, they had one win and they were one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country.
No, they were, and it's crazy to think now where they are. Right? We had the BSC Bowl where Minnesota just slayed Maryland. Just goes to show you how horrible SC really is. And then, of course, Wake Forest edging out Stanford. Teran, Stanford does not belong in the ACC, not because they can't compete. It's because these time zones are ridiculous and it's so stupid. Thank you, idiots who put this together, because geography usually wins. Okay, people are so stupid. Anyway, so yeah, Wake Forest. I guess the almighty dollar is a very powerful thing, Teran. but yeah, man. Wake Forest just stomps all over Stanford. It just, I don't know, dude. I mean, and I know I'm saying this too with the East Coast team coming back to the West Coast, but I'm just saying, yeah, Stanford is just not having a good time in the ACC. But overall, Teran, it was a good week. I enjoyed it. Lots of fun football. The late one, I remember still putting the score into Twitter for this one at 12:01 our time, Pacific Standard Time. Hawaii defeating Nevada 34-13. So that's
Mountain West after dark.
This is real after dark. We're
Mountain West into the next day.
You gotta love it, right? But Teran, good stuff, man. Definitely enjoyable, and the FBS is just, it's where we are. So, Teran, we're gonna go ahead and get in really quick into the because I do want to just put this out there because obviously the rankings are out here. But Teran, I got the top 10 right here, and then we're gonna get into the rest of the top 10, the rest of the top 25. But Teran, as of right now, we see here Oregon leading the charge, then Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, Miami, Texas, Tennessee, Notre Dame, BYU, and Texas A&M. That look about right to you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd rank any of these teams ahead of the other. It just makes total sense that these teams belong where they belong. Even though I'll keep on saying it, you keep on saying it too. Miami in that powder soft schedule, they're 8-0. They're an FBS team. Just give it to them. Is what it is. But as of right now, I mean, everybody seems to be where they are. They've earned it. They're 8-0. But regardless, the rest of the top 25 from 11 down to 15, we have here Iowa State, Clemson, Indiana, Alabama, and Boise State. From 16 down to 20, we have LSU, Kansas State, Pittsburgh, of course, good old Pitt, Mississippi State, SMU, and then the rest of the top 25, 21 to 25. Army, Wisconsin, Colorado, Illinois, and Mizzou. Teran, I think the committee got this one. This is a good week. The rankings look good. Overall, I don't feel that this is I thought this was pretty correct. So last but not least, man, getting into the into the FBS recap. I know. What do you think, man? Heisman frontrunners right now. Who are you looking at?
Travis Hunter looks good. The Oregon quarterback looks pretty solid. I still think Travis Hunter has got this. Dude is a two-way player. He has so much potential. And he might be the very reason why Colorado is so relevant, other than Shedeur Sanders, of course. Curtis Rourke, if he gets back into action, he could possibly be a Heisman frontrunner. I think Cam Ward, or whoever the quarterback is Cam Ward for Miami, he looks solid as well. And maybe someone from Penn State might be able to rear their head in terms of the Heisman race. But it all depends on what Penn State can do today. But overall, those are kind of my Heisman favorites and my Heisman eye watchers.
I'm with you there too. I don't think we're gonna see much more variation than those guys right there. I mean, it's pretty simple with the Heisman race this year. But anyway, Teran, we appreciate you all once again for tuning in, y'all. We're gonna take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're
Dylan
getting
Gabriel's his name. Sorry.
Oh, Dylan Gabriel, you're good. We're gonna be getting ourselves back into some high school football, guys. Oh, those ranks are fun. Is anybody gonna take down Modern? Just kidding. No one they are. But anyway, this has been fun, man. This has been fun having the conversation about the FBS. We're gonna get into some high school football. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we get back, it is high school football time. Then we're going right into the 3C2A NCAA. You guys know all the goods, man. It's all football here on 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, are you in the market for Florida sports or just keeping up with the latest in the Panhandle? Palm Tree Sports is a dedicated audio hub to all things sports in the Sunshine State. We cover current events, big news, heavily favored opinions all across the NFL, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So come check us out every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a down south education on Florida sports and athletics. It's hosted by yours truly, Corey Pujols, and is powered by IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Big ups and thank you to our awesome awesome people there, man. Our people here at IE Sports Radio delivering you all the best each and every week, man. We don't stop. We're a freight train, baby. We keep it going. We keep it going. We keep it going. Shows every day. Do you love sports? This is your place, y'all. Make sure you show some love. Follow us everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We are trying to grow the YouTube channel bigger than it's ever been. Like this is it. Of course, follow us everywhere on the recorded version, of course, the audio version, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music / Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Gio7. If I even said that right, we're all over the freaking place. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, being a part of us, man. iSportsRadio.com is where you want to be. You already know. We appreciate you guys. Check us out. Check out our awesome little page there. The shop, all the goods, man. Of course, give us a follow right here at 3 and Out CEIE. Teran Rodriguez over there, my boy, man. Teran Rodriguez, the number one. And of course, me over there, be at the THEE_LB53. Show some love, man. We appreciate you guys. Teran, let's get it, man. High school football, because high school football is awesome. Let's get it, guys. Here we go. Oh, man. Last night was something. This was last week, obviously. Last week's standings. Okay, Modern Day leading the charge, doing their thing. They were 8-0. We had Milton of Georgia, Duncanville, number 3 out of Texas, Bishop Gorman, the reigning champions of last year. I think they're going to be champions this year. That's no diss. I'm just saying they lost one. And it was 2 this year, of course. They only lost 2 Modern Day. Number 5, IMG Academy. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. Carrollton out of Georgia. Number 7, North Shore out of Houston, Texas. St. John Bosco falling to number 8 after that loss from Modern Day. They took Modern Day. Trinity League, guys. Trinity League. Number 9, Mission Viejo, just climbing the ranks. And number 10, North Crowley, who pulled off an amazing upset over good old DeSoto earlier this year out of Texas, man. So this was it last week. We're going to see how this has changed coming up to this week. But Teran, here we go, bro. Yesterday was something, man. Look at this top 10. Oh, it was crazy. Number 1, Modern Day. I mean, it was a good game, I think, in the first quarter, maybe. Modern Day is all gas, no brakes, though. I mean, he's kind of ran these guys over, man. The Lancers, Olu is a great team, man. But once again, Modern Day is a different animal. Big game there. Number 2, Milton, just pounding Roswell. I mean, it wasn't a pounding, but 35-20. I guess that's a good game for Milton. Duncanville, though, they did pound Mesquite 50-6. Number 4, Bishop Gorman, 51 over Coronado, 51-0. Just, yeah, this was nowhere near close. And then we get to the upset of the week in high school football, Teran. How about this team, number 17, St. Francis Academy? It has not been their year, Teran. As a matter of fact, they've been tumbling just a little bit, man. St. Francis Academy has not had the best time this year. They're 6-3. They've had kind of a rough go, man. I mean, obviously they play some top schools, but they lost to Olu. Of course, Orange Lutheran earlier this year. Okay, they lost to those guys. They lost to Duncan. Those are back-to-back weeks. They are playing top competition around the country, man. Orange Lutheran, they lost 15-13 back on the 6th of September. And the very next week on the 14th, they lose to Duncanville 28-24. Very close games. They lost both of those games by what? A total of 7 points. And then they play Modern Day. Teran, can you imagine being that football team, dude? You play Olu, one of the top teams in California and a top 100 team in the country. Then you play Duncanville, the top team in Texas. And of course, one of the top teams in the country. And then you play the number 1 team in the land, Modern Day. I mean, that is a gauntlet. From September 6th to the 20th for these guys was a gauntlet. And they only lost to IMG Academy, which is crazy. I'm sorry, they only lost to Modern Day 25-14. So, I mean, they lost to both Olu and Duncanville by just single points. 2 points to Olu, 4 points to Duncanville, and then they lose by, 11 points. So what is that? 7. So 18 points total they lose to these top teams around the country. But they were tired of it, Teran. They said enough enough nonsense. They go on, of course, to go on a nice little streak, defeating St. Thomas More, Hun, I think that's how you pronounce it, Hun, Center Grove. They also defeated Clearwater Central Catholic. So, yeah, they went on to win all these games. And then last game, last night, they knew who they were playing. They're playing number 6 in the land, the IMG Academy. And Teran, they said enough is enough. We're not losing to another one of these big-time freaking schools. And they didn't just beat IMG Academy. They beat IMG Academy, dude. It was crazy. I mean, 30-3. 30-3. Once again, I don't know how that's not up there, but 30-3, Teran. They freaking beat these guys 30-3. Crazy game there. Anyway, so I'll continue on. Carrollton, 49-28. Number 6, Carrollton out of Georgia. 49-28 over Douglas County. We had number 7 North Shore defeating King 42-14. Number 8 St. John Bosco defeating J. Sarah Catholic 44-24 in the Trinity League. Mission Viejo, of course, doing their thing in the SEC of Southern California. I love that. They defeated good old Los Alamitos, man. They're a great school, but it's going to show you how much stronger and better Mission Viejo is. 40-14. And then, of course, number 10 North Crowley defeating Mansfield 59-11. So, Teran, elaborate, good sir.
Yeah, that St. Francis win was incredible over IMG. I think it just goes to show that St. Francis is still a good team. They're not the greatest team as they were in years past, but they're still up there in terms of talent. And I feel that win over IMG Academy was kind of that win that puts them back on the map. Now, obviously, Mater Dei, they were able to handle business over Orange Lutheran, but Olu was still a fantastic team, and they had TJ Lateef. You got to remember, he's going to Nebraska. Dash Barely is going to Washington of Mater Dei. He's the QB for the Monarchs. So it was kind of a little bit of a preview of what's to come in the Big Ten, possibly. And as some of us know in California, the CIF Southern Section playoffs will be released tomorrow. And the big question is, how many teams will be in Division I? Will there be 8 teams? Will there be 10 teams? Will there be a 16-team bracket? In Santa Martin, we talk about the 4 schools, Bosco, Mater Dei, J. Sarah, and Olu. But we kind of forgot about Servite and Santa Margarita, where Santa Margarita just straight up beat the brakes off of Servite. And so this kind of throws a wrench into things. Does Santa Margarita become that 8th team to be in Division I? Does Division I get expanded to 10 teams? Because Sierra Canyon had a nice win over Sarah of Gardena last night. And then you got Inglewood, which was 10-0. They pretty much dominated their opponents last night. So lots happening in the CIF Southern section. And then Mission Viejo, that's the biggest debate. Do they deserve to be 4? Because I think they deserve to be 3, considering based off how they went a perfect 10-0. They played a tough schedule. They beating teams like Basha, Santa Margarita. That's no easy feat. Their league was so brutal that second place actually had a 3-way tie. So I think we gotta put Mission Viejo at 3. This is nothing against Orange Lutheran, but I think Mission Viejo deserves the number 3 spot.
Agreed, Teran. And once again, these Southern California playoffs are so important too, because I mean, this produces so much.
This 10 a.m. when the brackets get out.
That's going to be fun tomorrow, man. We've concluded here high school football in Southern California and around the country. We're getting close, So you look at the new, well, not really new, but you're looking at kind of where the rankings are now, and this is it, guys. The most teams have played 10 games. We're going to find out, man. Brackets are getting made. Who is your high school? How did they do this week? Are they doing well? Are they not doing so well? Let us know. But regardless, the high school spotlight, got to put that out there. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it goes, man. High school football is so much fun to follow. We got ourselves some great brackets. CIF is never disappoints here. We're going to have some fun with that one. But of course, around the country. And then, of course, the debate just continues to go on. Do we need a national championship game? I've said it a million times. Yes, we do. I mean, that's obvious, but man, we got ourselves some goodies here with Mater Dei moving forward. And I mean, really, Teran, it's Mater Dei's to lose, but do you think do you really think Mater Dei is going to fall to anybody, including the state playoff when they get there? And I know I'm going ahead of time. And even coach would say, no, one game at a time. And you're absolutely right. You never know. You always go one game at a time. I totally understand that. But Mater Dei is beaten the best that you can possibly play in the country. And they've done it well. Is Mater Dei basically on their way to a championship if they can just keep dominating?
Yeah, I think they pretty much are. And this kind of makes me wish that they would play IMG Academy again, just like they did a few years ago, just because they needed that 10th game. And I don't think they're gonna mind too much about it. But honestly, it would have been great to have IMG versus Mater Dei again, and maybe face some of the other independent teams and whatnot.
Oh, that would be so cool. I would love that. But dude, we have ourselves some good stuff here as always. Great games from this past week. Teran, once again, we're talking about these top 25 commits. Just in case you think it's not that fun to follow these, like I said, guys, Julian Lewis, he committed USC, man. He's a 5-star commit out of Carrollton, Georgia. You see Carrollton down here, okay? Well, that's what they do, okay? They dominate. They have these players that go to your schools. I'm so glad to have Julian Lewis coming on over here to play some quarterback for us because I'm so glad to have Julian Lewis coming over here to play quarterback for us at USC because, we don't have one of those.
Only a matter of time before Miller Moss heads to the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, I can give him that. But yeah, man, like I said, Duncanville, man, Decorian Moore, 5-star commit here going to Oregon. Just these top schools. Obviously, there are some schools that aren't even on this list right now. They're just the freakish athletes that are getting signed. But going to this list, I mean, you got to see all these top talent, man. North Shore, Devin Sanchez, corner. He's already committed to Ohio State. It's cool to see this, man. Once again, SJ Olafatuli, I believe, going over to Miami. So we talked about some of these last week. Keelan Russell heading on over from Bishop Gorman, by the way. That was SJ. But Keelan Russell coming on over from Duncanville to Alabama. Bishop Gorman talent again. Douglas Utu heading on over to Oregon. So, I mean, because out of Bishop Gorman, I mean, you got to love it, man. These top guys heading on over to play for these big-time schools. You got to love it. You really do. You enjoy the process seeing these guys go from step to step and seeing how far they can actually go. So, anyway, so there you have it, dude. High school football, man, coming up this week. Like I said, we got the brackets, so really not a preview for next week, but we got some brackets to take care of next week, and we're going to see who's in what bracket and see who does what for next week in high school football. So, Teran, we're going to go ahead slide on over into some 3C2A action. And last week, we're going to slide on over. Teran, last week was fun. We had some, once again, the 3C2A, the junior colleges of California, of course, and the rest of the country is the NJCAA. But San Mateo still looking good, man. San Mateo, they're they lost that game earlier this year, but they're currently hanging out number 3 and defeating Foothill 49-14. Arc, dude, American River, yeah, they're not that floating around towards the top kind of team like they were last year, but they hand one to Butte, and Butte is one of those teams. Dude, they were tied for 6th last week. They're not tied for 6 no more. They lost to American River 31-30. Modesto, another team, they upset San Mateo this year when they were number 1. I mean, just awesome stuff, dude. When you see that, Riverside, of course, RCC defeating Southwestern 69-3. Huge stuff there. San Diego Mesa in the game of the week for us last week. San Diego Mesa defeating San Jacinto 35-28. I mean, any surprises in those games last week and any other games you want to highlight?
Well, I was going to say Riverside handled business, which that's not ultimately surprising, but there's got to be something that pops out. I guess Moore Park beating Bakersfield was a pretty good one.
It was.
Yeah, that was probably one of the more better games last week. Unfortunately, OCC lost, which that's not surprising.
Oh, that team.
Make me sick talking about them.
They're very
LA Valley won a thriller over Glendale. Fullerton stood on business against Palomar. Yeah, but nothing really out of the ordinary or nothing too big and eye-popping other than Butte losing.
That was another deal right there, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, really. I mean, my big thing was just the San Diego Mesa game was so much fun to watch. Well, if you were there, I'm sure, but
Yes.
that game seemed like it was a lot of fun because overall, I mean, you look at these two teams going at it. I'm just so impressed. I am so impressed with Mount San Jacinto this year that it's hard to make me unimpressed. Like they're a good, solid team, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they even make that. Obviously, they're not going to make a playoff because it's only 4 teams that get there. But really, you know what though,
They're
they're
gonna
on
go
their way.
bowling though.
They're going to go bowling, and you know what? To me, that's very impressive, dude. Considering what they were. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. And that is huge for those guys. So anyway, man. So what do you think? I mean, last week we talked about these guys getting better and better. And we talked about, a lot of these teams moving forward. But looking at the current rankings, okay, let me go ahead and take a look at the rankings here. Pull those suckers up. And here we go, man. So 7-0, a perfect 7-0. How you like that? A perfect 7-0 for good old Mount San Antonio. This team leads and they lead strong. Okay, they are looking good atop of the mountain right now, and it's impressive to see these guys. It really is. It's very impressive. They're strong. They're looking good at number one, and how you like that? Good old Riverside City, right beneath them, number two. 6-1. The only loss, of course, coming from Golden West. Very tough. Very, very, very tough there. But you got number 4, number 3, San Mateo, number 4, Ventura, number 5, Golden West, number 6, as you've seen, they're tied. Okay, at least at the moment. Butte and San Diego Mesa tied for number 6. Number 8, Modesto. Number 9, Fresno City. Number 10, Elko. Man, go to El Camino. What are you thinking, Teran? These were, they were accurate going into next week or the last week. So as of right now, we're looking at these teams and going, all right, well, let's see who does what. But these look pretty accurate to you.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just wondering on who's going to be making the top 4 in each region. I know the Southern California region has a lot of big questions. Obviously, Mount Sac is in. RCC is most likely in. Then you got Ventura and Golden West and San Diego Mesa. How are they going to formalize that? Are they just going to formalize it in terms of like conference champions or head-to-head or some sort of algorithm or whatnot? So
They should.
that's the big thing.
They should. Yeah, that to me would be huge. So we'll find out, man. But really good stuff here with this sanctioning body, man. The games of the week to watch out for, from me at least this week, we got some pretty good ones, man. Number 20 Sierra taking on number 11 American River. That should be pretty good, man. I like that a lot. Okay, that should be a nice little battle. Number 5, Golden West taking on number 15, Long Beach. Number 2, Riverside taking on number 13, Saddleback. Oh, that's always a fun game. I played in that sucker, man. That was a fun game. Number 14, Ventura taking on number 18, Bakersfield. Those are my 3C2A top games right there of the week. How about you, Darren?
Well, you kind of stole my pretty old. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't steal anything, but those are my top games too. Golden West Long Beach is going to be fun, especially at Veterans Stadium. Riverside Saddleback, that's also a sneaky good game. Saddleback is drastically improved, but let's see how they handle Riverside. And then Ventura Bakersfield, that could be a trap game for Ventura. Ventura, if they think that they're going to be walking into an easy game, they have another thing coming because Bakersfield is the real deal, even though they lost a heartbreaker last week.
This is true. So, yeah, I'm really wondering too who. I don't know, man. This is rough. This is a rough one. Who will it be coming out of this thing, number 1 overall seed? I mean, I hate to say it.
Probably Mount Sac, unless they lose to OCC tonight.
Yeah, let's go OCC.
Everyone is on the OCC bandwagon for tonight.
Darren, I've never cheered for the Pirates like this before in my life. Darren, what the hell happened to the Pirates this year? Just what happened?
At least they earned a win. They're not get their win isn't going to be via forfeit.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's sad. What the hell? Like, it was rough. I know. I know. It's kind of like you like last night. Unfortunately, I know you were at the Newport Harbor game.
Actually, I wasn't. I just got the scores.
Oh, well,
But it's a
somebody
good thing I
screwed up.
didn't go to it.
I mean, how much they let up in the first quarter?
They were down 40-7 at halftime.
40-7. Let
In
that
probably
sink
the
in.
biggest game of the season. And I don't care about the 14 points they put up in the fourth quarter. Those probably think might have been garbage time points.
Well, I'll tell you something. Somebody's did something with the garbage last week or this week, man. Because that team, oh my gosh, to think of all teams, too. To think of all teams, right?
And
Like, I mean,
that was a game that pretty much would have gotten them into the playoffs had they won. So now their fate or their playoff fate is in the committee's hands.
oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. So for them. So, but yeah, man. No, I'm really looking forward to this though. Looking forward to seeing who's gonna do what in the good old 3C2A. When you look at it, Teran, I mean, it's obvious, right? It's very obvious that you see, good old Mount Sac up there at the top doing their thing, and
Outside.
as much as it's okay though, because I do feel like right now, if RCC just keeps this up, I mean, there's not much more to play, dude. You know what I mean? So I mean, really, if we look at it, the 3C2A reps, who does RCC have left? I mean, these couple of teams here. There is, let me see. I'm gonna take a quick look here. So yeah, looking at RCC and looking at some of these teams here, good old Mount Sac, man. They're looking strong. They are looking very strong at the top right now. But looking at like next week, yeah,
RCC has San Diego Mesa.
San Diego Mesa and Mount Sac. They got the hell do they got? Oh, they got Long Beach next week. Okay.
That could be a good one right there.
That could be a banger. And then, of course, we got one more full week in the middle of November to play. And that is, Riverside and Fullerton. Oh, that's always I love playing those guys, man. That was a freaking. You woke up the next morning sore as hell. You were everything hurt, man. You were beat down from that game. Teran, the last game for Mount Sac is Golden West.
Oh yeah, that could make or break Golden West's chances of making the postseason.
That could also make or break Mount Sac.
Yeah, because that could give the conference championship to Golden West if they win it.
Dude, that is pretty crazy. Okay, so like I said, I know I'm very biased at the moment. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna say RCC Tiger through and through, dude. My Tigers mean so much to me. But I mean, oh my gosh, man! So you're saying there's a chance for RCC Terran to still be number one seed in the South?
That's true.
So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that?
What's up?
Can you imagine that? Can you
That
imagine
would
that
be
happening?
wild. I mean, anyone. If Mount Sac wins, I think anybody can get the number one seed, but it's gonna have to have a lot of scenarios. I mean, Long Beach would probably have to beat Golden West, and then Golden West would have to beat Mount Sac, and a lot of scenarios would have to happen, and then RCC would have to dominate everybody and stand on top of business. So a lot would have to happen, but anything is possible. I mean, you can make if Mount Sac wins, you can make the argument that even Mount or San Diego Mesa could be the number one seed, but that's still going to take a lot.
Well, I do know for a fact, dude, if San Diego Mesa, I mean, they have a lot of talent there. But it's just crazy to think, dude. Like, do you really? I don't know. Oh, this is going to be fun down the stretch. But yeah, can you imagine? Okay, can you imagine this, term? If somehow, some way, San Diego Mesa. I'm sorry, not San Diego Mesa. Golden West finds a way to knock off both RCC and Mount Sac this year.
That would be wild. That might even solidify them as the number one seed, barring any upsets.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, and then right now, they're not even looking that great, man. Golden West has lost some games this year that are head scratchers.
Yeah, they didn't they lose to San Diego Mesa? I think that's their only loss, if I recall.
Well, you're right. They did. They lost that game. You're like, how the hell did you guys lose that? You guys beat
Yeah,
RCC.
but it's starting to look a little more like San Diego Mesa is the real deal.
No, it is, and it's. I don't know, man. It's exciting. It really is exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing, how this turns out, and yeah, I don't know. I love it. I think we got some good stuff going here. Super excited for what's to come. And the 3C2A is going to be a lot of fun. So games of the week once again this week for us here. Sierra, number 20 Sierra taking on number 11 American River, number 5 Golden West taking on number 15 Long Beach. Teran, I got to go. Oh, I'm going to go Golden West. That's a close one. And then both these teams got to face Mount Sac. These last 3 weeks are going to be fun.
Yeah, I think Golden West is going to edge out Long Beach City. I think Long Beach is going to play with a lot of fire in their bellies. I think they really want. I think they really think they have a shot at winning the conference. And Golden West really has to be careful. I feel Long Beach is a massive trap game, especially on the road, and so tough to win at Veterans Stadium.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, that's a very hard place to win. It's a beautiful venue though. I love playing there.
If
Very
you're the media, you probably don't like the hike up into the press box.
those one-sided stands, by the way, guys. Those stands go way up there.
I've never been inside the press box at Veterans Stadium, and I probably don't plan on it.
It's a very long walk, guys. Uphill.
It's like hiking.
It is literally like hiking, but great place to play. That's where, if you guys remember when the game stands tall, that's the last game. That was where Paulie played De La Salle.
Oh,
so 90, and we're talking about the 90s, man. This is way before I ever played there in 2007. With RCC. But anyway, Teran, good stuff there in the 3C2A. Let's jump over to the NJCAA, bro, because we got some of this to get into. Teran, I'm sorry. I just want to jump ahead. I cannot contain this. Down goes number 1. Teran, you even mentioned that, well, watch these guys, man. Teran, they freaking did it. Butler, number 13 Butler knocks off number 1 Hutchinson, the Blue Dragons, 27-22. The year started out with Iowa Western being number 1. They were extremely good. They were the champions. They were 2 years running. Not 2 because Hutchinson won the first one. Actually, no, Iowa Western won. Wait, yeah, sorry. Last year's champions, of course, Hutchinson. Oh, no. It was Iowa Western defeating East Mississippi. 61-14. But still, Teran, I mean, it was incredible to see, though, these two teams go head-to-head as they did. And Hutchinson, man, now they have the golden ticket to get in. I don't know about anymore, dude. And to remind you, the NJCAA is just 4 teams. It's just 4 teams. That's all they get. There's no north and south like the 3C2A. There's just 4 teams. It's a 4-team playoff. The top 4 teams go. Teran, did this really stifle Hutchinson's beautiful season that bad?
Probably. I don't think anybody predicted this in the slightest. And they didn't just lose. Butler just handled them because they were up 20-3 at one point in the second quarter. Hutchinson managed to draw a little closer, but Butler's just still controlled the momentum of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Hutchinson tried to make a comeback late in the fourth quarter, it just seemed like Butler just had full control over that game.
They did. And overall, I mean, you look at how good this team really is too. Butler, I mean, they've had some ups and downs, but they were good enough to beat it with 13. It just wasn't like they lost to anybody, man. So overall, Butler now, I mean, shoot, look at where they are now. Look at this now, Teran. How about this now? Number 1. We got to go over this one nice and slow. I'm sorry. This is a good one, man. Good old Iowa Western was top 10 right now, man. They climb back to the top. They are currently number 1, 7-1. Then we got Georgia Military right behind them. Hutchinson has fallen to 3, so they're still there in that top 10, in that top 4. You got Northwest Mississippi Gulf Coast, Snow College, Tyler, Holmes, Navarro, and Butler. Teran, I don't know, dude. I mean, I guess I look at these teams and go, does Northwest Mississippi? I mean, does Hutchinson deserve to be number 3? Should Mississippi be ahead of them? I mean, should Butler move up even further? They were 10. Dude, they were 13. They were outside of the top 10, and they freaking beat a number 1 overall seed. This team should be like 7. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they should be higher. So, I don't know. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I really think Butler should be rewarded a little bit more. I mean, Hutchinson, it's only their first loss, but it all depends on what the committee has to say on how bad the loss is. Because, again, they never had control over this game, even in the second quarter where they were only down 3. They just let this game go. So I think the committee has a massive, massive decision on their hands, and this kind of makes you wonder: could Northwest Mississippi jump Hutchinson, or could Hutchinson fall behind Mississippi Gulf Coast and whatnot? So
Good day.
it's a lot of numbers and formula crunching and algorithms and whatnot, and also got added strength of schedule. So there's that too.
Oh yeah, that's for dang sure, man. And we look at here, like this past week, man. We actually had a game that was played on Thursday. I think this was a Thursday. This is the Halloween game, I think. Number 4, Northwest Mississippi gets handles Itawamba 43-10. So you see what you have here in this top 20. You know, I mean, the was really top 15. We saw the top 10. But Darren, you see how good, right? You know what I mean? You see how good this team really is. Northwest Mississippi. I don't know. I just kind of feel like they should be ahead of Hutchinson. You don't just fall to a freaking 13. I'm sorry. I just that kind of bothered me. That doesn't sit very right to me. Up there's blue. We have a blue spot in here.
Yeah, I saw blue in the background.
Exciting. Yeah, she's here for the football, man. So hey, she's we tired her out with all this football talk, man. So, but yeah, Tara. So here we go again, dude. Just good stuff though. This past week, Northwest Mississippi getting their stuff done, and then of course this week, man, some great games I picked out. I don't know if you want to take a look at some other ones, man. But number 15, Dog City taking on number 13, Coffeyville. This should be pretty good. There is no, I don't think either of these teams are going to climb up to the top 4 in this late in the season. But hell, this is a good game. They're going bowling. Okay, both these teams are going to find themselves in a bowl game. They're going to play well. Number 10, Butler. Teran, this is insane. Freaking Butler. They were number 13. They just knocked off number 1, Hutchinson. Well, look who's next in the schedule. They're playing number 1, Iowa Western. Teran, can Butler go 2 for 2? Talk to me.
I mean, it's another road game. I mean, Butler can do whatever they want. I think they have a shot, and but Iowa Western, I feel, isn't gonna be underestimating them like Hutchinson did. Like if Iowa Western thinks they're gonna get an easy win over Butler, they have another thing coming. They gotta really take Butler serious because that could make or break possible playoff chances. And Butler, if they beat Iowa Western this week, then we kind of have to consider they've beaten 2 straight number 1 teams. Do we consider them for the postseason? That's a massive question if Butler can get the job done.
Darren, that's a travesty. Okay, that is disgusting if you do not. If they win this damn game today, they should be automatically in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
It would be chaotic.
I'm just saying, Teran, if you put somebody else in the damn playoffs over this team who took down 2 number 1, if you leave out, it's the same thing in the 3C2A. If you somehow leave out Golden West, if they beat both RCC when they were number 1 and they beat Mount Sac at number 1, I'm sorry, you do not leave out Golden West in the top 4 in the South. There's no way. There's no way. The Rustlers, it would be appalling. Okay. It's the same thing here. Butler is that team. If Butler somehow doesn't make that playoff, which it doesn't look like they will because they're number 10, but if they somehow beat these guys today, the Reavers, and they don't make the freaking playoffs, that is absolutely horrible.
It would be blasphemous.
Yeah, absolutely blasphemous. I mean, it is total crap. So yeah, so let's see what they do, man. I'm looking forward to some good stuff here as per usual. But man, the NJCAA does not disappoint, man. Neither of these do. The junior college is where it's at. I love me some junior colleagues, bro. I love it. So there we go. Let's go ahead and dive on in now into some NAIA, Teran, because the NAIA is always fun, man. Last week we had a goodie. Last week we had ourselves a good, and boy, was it a goodie. Teran, number 8, Morningside. Well, we talked about Dort. Dort came off a big win. Dort. but they couldn't close the deal here, man. They couldn't seal the deal, if you will. Of
Yes.
course, you could seal the deal here. Our awesome sponsors, my beautiful wife, her company there, making wax seals, wax stamps for all of your awesome gifts, wedding invitations. Christmas is coming up, y'all. Make sure you place your order right on here. Oh yeah. iSportsRadio.com/seal the deal wax seals. But Teran, yeah, they could not. Dort could not seal the deal. The Morningside Mustangs were too much for them at a certain point in this game. Teran, what do you think, man? What do you? That was our only game last week in the NAIA that we were like, oh, this is going to be a good one, and it really was. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a great matchup. I thought Morningside really came out strong. Unfortunately, Dort just could not hold on, and they just could not pull out that big win. And it sucks because I think it would have been great for Dort, but Morningside is still Morningside. They're still one of the more better NAIA juggernauts in football.
Oh, yes, they are. They're solid, and you got to give them their flowers, right? You know, Morningside, they were the champions a couple years back. I love this. You know, I love that Morningside is still around. They didn't phase out. You know, it's crazy. Actually, when one of my buddies played for them at a high school, you know, Morningside, they were good. It's just, you know, they weren't like supreme. They weren't up that they're at the top as much as they were now. At least I don't think they were. I didn't follow the NAIA back then. But I'll tell you, Darren, I do know that this team is they're coming along. They're good. They're talented. And you know what? Hey, they're number. I love it. They have a 16-team playoff. They're going to find themselves in there, and Dort will find themselves in there too. I think Dort will definitely find themselves in that playoff, Darren.
I agree.
Yeah, this isn't a situation like Butler and Golden West, all right? So,
Right.
So anyway, man. But yeah, let's take a look here. I love reading these, man. And for football, their players of the week. I love doing the NAIA.org. Love reading these, but courtesy of their website, man. Players of the week. So, Teran, NAIA football offensive player of the week. We have Amon Williams out of Pikeville, Kentucky. He's a sophomore running back. He set the Appalachian Athletic Conference records for most rushing, 380 yards and touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 receiving in a game. Set a Pikeville school record for most rushes in a game at 39 and tied the AAC conference record for most rushing touchdowns at 4. That's awesome. NAIA defensive player of the week, of course. We have Nate Swafford, Evangel, Missouri, of course, Evangel College. He's a senior defensive back. He blocked a field goal and returned a fumble for 48 yards in a 21 win over number 19 Friends at Kansas. He intercepted a pass to set up a good field position for the game-winning 20-yard field goal and recorded 6 tackles in the Valor's victory. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations to him. And then, of course, the special teams, the NAIA Special Teams Player of the Week, we have Austin DeLeon, looks like. He is out of St. Francis, Indiana. Freshman kicker, hey, booted the game-winning 27-yard field goal to complete the 31-28 comeback over number 18, Marion. Marion, of course, University out of Indiana, big-time score right there. Accounted for 7 total points on the day. Congratulations to those guys, man. How about that?
Yeah, and that freshman kicker is really special just because the kickers in college football, their kicks aren't as automatic as they are in the NFL. So I think it's really something special that these kickers are getting the recognition. And for a freshman to do that is quite phenomenal just because you got lots of pressures on you to nail the field goal right down the middle, and that could make or break a game. And the game should never be on the kicker's leg unless it's like tied. So that was an old saying that one of my former coaches once told me that I was friends with. But yeah, that was a big win. That was big right there. That freshman kicker deserves a lot of credit. But can we go back to the 380 rushing yards? I've never even seen that. The closest I've seen is probably like 352 rushing yards in a high school football game.
That's insane, right? That's absolutely insane.
I know a bunch of NFL teams that would probably want a running back like that.
Hey, this guy's a workhorse, and guys from the NAIA make it. Okay, it's few and far in between, but guys make it. So get this guy on your radar. Teran, hats off to those guys, man. Courtesy of the NAIA website. I love how they do that for these guys, and I love reading them every single week. So here we go, Teran. That top 25, or really, I mean, top 10 for us. Like you said, we got it on here. But number one, Kaiser, the defending champions last year. Don't forget, Teran, these guys played really well last year. They did it. They made it happen. First ever national championship in history, in their school's history. This is awesome. Well, for football, at least. They defeated last year, as you know, they defeated Northwestern 31-21. Northwestern, of course, they were champions previously before that in the years before. But yeah, Teran, I mean, the Kaiser Seahawks are still playing good. They're playing some good football right now. Grandview, well, we know, I think it's inevitable. These two are probably going to, I hope they're on opposite sides of the bracket, man, because this would be a good one, though. Grandview Vikings, both these teams, look at, man, they're just doing their thing, 6-0, 7-0, playing well. And we have Indiana Wesleyan, Montana Western, St. Thomas out of Florida, Morningside, there they are. At number 6, you have Benedictine out of Kansas. Number 7, number 8, Southern Oregon. Number 9, Northwestern. There you go. They had a loss earlier this year, which dropped them to number 9. And then look at our buddies Dort, Teran, number 10 right now, hanging out there. They definitely got to go up, like I said, if they keep on winning. But yeah, Teran, so there you go. Top 10. I think this looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty solid as well. I think it's definitely accurate for the most part.
Yeah, I wouldn't change this one around. So good job, committee. And then, of course, this week I got one hand-picked game. Number 9, Northwestern. Obviously, Iowa taking on number 6, Morningside. Teran, this is it. This is one of those games that sets the tone for the rest of the season. I know we only got a few games left, but this is a playoff-setting tone right here. Okay, I know what that feels like. I know how to when you get ready for that type of that part of the season. Teran, you're tired. You're tired, man. You're beat down. You're tired. You're beat down.
Physically and mentally.
You've been hitting each other. You've been at it training since January. Okay. Weightlifting, hard, stronger, getting better, getting faster, getting tougher. You get to spring football, you beat each other up. You get a little tiny bit of a break there. Okay. At the end of spring, after spring football, you go right into summer. And you're going no pads, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, some school, spring game and everything, but all throughout the summer, you're beating each other down. You're training, conditioning, trying to get better, getting better. And then, Teran, the season comes. Training camp is hell. That's why I call it Hell Week usually, but training camp is hell month, really. Just beating the crap out of each other, just getting as many reps as you can, trying to critique yourself, trying to get better. Getting critiqued by the coaches, doing everything you can to get better, and then you get into the season. And boy, by this time, Teran, I knew every November, dude, I was just freaking, oh man, every morning you wake up and you're like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you feel, Teran. Like, you're just, you're beat down, man. You don't feel good. You're always tired. I remember sitting there, I've had dinner with the family or wherever I was. I'd fall asleep watching freaking anything on TV, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be in class just like trying to stay away. This is a very tough time of the season. And to me, you're tired and you're beat up, but now you're looking at the playoffs, man. And you know that as beat up as you are at this point in time, we're getting to week 7, 8, 9, 10, really 8, 9, 10. You're getting to the end of the season, but the season's just beginning. And that is the hard part, because people can say, oh, you're only 7 games in or 8 games in. Yeah, dude, but you didn't take account the last 9 months I've been destroying my body to get ready for this. And then
the tough strength of schedule, probably.
Oh, absolutely, man. You're playing these games and it's just hard. So like I said, people don't get it, dude. But to me, this is one of those grinded out games. This is one of those where you're like, I'm tired, I'm beat down, but we're playing a team who's coming to kick our ass this week. And if we don't, you know what I mean? If we don't get ready, this game is going to decide us for the playoffs. And I really feel like, I don't know, Teran, I feel like Northwestern will still get, I think both these teams will both get in no matter what.
Yeah, I agree.
But that seeding, Teran, as well as I have, bro, that seeding means everything.
Seeding does mean everything.
So what do you think, Teran? Pick a winner today. I know this is hard, but pick a winner. Who do you got?
I'm going to pick Morningside in a close one.
And you're counting out dude, these guys, Northwestern, That's right, the Red Raiders, because some Raiders have to be good. Okay, there are some Raiders on this planet that have to be actually good at football. Hint, hint, they're not in Las Vegas.
And they don't wear silver and black.
And they don't wear silver and black. These Raiders are pretty good. I don't know, Tim. In Morningside, there's no Mustangs, but I guess this is Raiders and Broncos.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
So, Teran, I don't know. I want to pick Northwestern so bad. But I just feel like Morningside has an edge here. So I'm going to go with Morningside at home. Damn it. But let's see what they got, dude. I'm excited for this one. I really do think. I hope we get a link for this one. This will be a fun game to watch. But all right, Teran, there you go. We got our picks, and let's go ahead and fly on over to Division 3. And Teran, last week we had ourselves a doozy. Number 20, Wisconsin Lacrosse defeated number 21, Wisconsin River Falls. Teran, we've been talking about these Wisconsin teams like crazy, haven't we? But they're good at football, man. They're good at football. Oh, are they good at football? And they know. So, any surprises in this game, man?
Yeah. It looks like the entirety of the NCAA Division III was not too surprising. I know it doesn't look like there were any big upsets from what I am seeing. There were some close games, though, but doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary in terms of like big wins or big upsets and whatnot. Oh, there was one. Okay, not really one. There was Wisconsin Lacrosse taking out River Falls.
Well, that's this
thriller.
one.
And then Johns Hopkins won a defensive battle. So, yeah, that was pretty much that. That was probably the game of the week right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we picked this one last week for our game of the week, and this was a good one. It really ended up being a solid game. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Lacrosse, I'm telling you, this team took on a D2 team and beat them. You know what I mean? We knew how good this team is. But, dude, River Falls, it just goes to show you the gap between 20 and 21 in Division 3, man. Division 3 is always fun. So that was a great game. Congratulations to Lacrosse for winning that sucker, man. Big victory there. And here is that current top 10 for these guys. Here we go, man. North Central. Those Cardinals leading the charge here, man. 7-0. They're doing good so far this year. We have SUNY Cortland, last year's champions. We know last year that was fun, man. Last year, I'm excited, man. Can you believe we're like almost a month away from that, from all the championships again?
Yeah.
Crazy.
November means we're getting close to the championships.
We sure are, man. And last year, Cortland defeated North Central 38-37, a 1-point game. So they're both number 1 and number 2 right now. And there you go. Number 3, St. John's. Number 4, Mount Union. Got to show some love to those Purple Raiders because, again, Teran, some Raiders
have to be good in this world, on this planet.
That's right. Not the Vegas Raiders. So Hardin Simmons looking good. Salisbury, Susquehanna. We have Platteville, Wisconsin, Oshkosh, and DePaul. Overall, Teran, this is very accurate to me. I do feel this is this was good, but this one last week was fun. Lacrosse getting that victory, and well, this week we have some more Wisconsin teams back in some of our top games because this one's look good, Teran. I like these ones. These ones look fun. Number 21, River Falls. Well, I don't know how they stayed there. They stayed at 21, but I have them in one of my games of the week taking on Whitewater. Why? Why would you say that, Larry B? Why? Why would Whitewater be in here? They're not that good. Remember, they lost. Well, Teran, I got to tell you right now, Wisconsin Whitewater is this. They are a weird football team to me. They are very odd because Wisconsin Whitewater this year, okay, we know they played some crazy games. Defeated number 19 John Carroll all the time. They defeated a Division II team, Roosevelt, which a couple of Division III teams defeated Roosevelt this year, Division II. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, they lost to a very up and down. We haven't seen them in a while. We kind of think they're coming. Maybe they're not. The Crusaders, if you will. Mary Hardin Baylor, they lost to them earlier this year, so that was one loss. Oshkosh, they beat a very good Oshkosh team. Then they lose to Stout. That was the dagger because 29-27, very tough game. But they lose to those guys, and then they blow out Stevens Point. Then they lose another one to Platteville. Once again, Wisconsin Platteville, Wisconsin Stout. These are all damn good teams. Wisconsin Oshkosh. I mean, they're all so good. They lose to Platteville just last week, and now they're taking on River Falls. Teran, if there was ever, and now look at that. After that, they're taking on La Crosse and Eau Claire. Eau Claire is not to be overlooked, but La Crosse is a big one here. So, Teran, if there was ever redemption for the Warhawks, this is it. This is it. There is no other. This is their season. This is it. This is their season, Teran. Because, like I said, they have River Falls today, La Crosse next week, and then Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Eau Claire after that. Do you agree that Whitewater, this is their season? If they don't win this thing, they may end up in the tournament somewhere, but really low seeded, or might not even make it at all. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is pretty much go time for them. I think this is basically where they basically have to put their heads down and drown out the outside noise and make sure that they leave it out all on the field, just because that schedule theirs, that's so brutal.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. I
Make or
love
break in
this.
terms of the postseason. Sorry.
You're absolutely right. This is major make or break. So Division III football, man, does not. None of these disappoint. You gotta love it, man. You gotta be. But then there was the land of the upsets, Teran. And what am I talking about? Division II. No, Teran. Division II. Division II was a killer last week. There were some upsets here, and well, let's just get into them because oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, man. Wow. How about some of these games, man? Emory and Henry. I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry, but dude, they defeat number 17 Carson Newman. Upset. Sioux Falls, number 23. Okay. Defeated number two. No, sorry. Sioux Falls defeated number 23 Wayne State out of Nebraska. That was huge. 23-13. Then, well, we had the School of Mines battles there. Obviously, it wasn't an upset, but Western Colorado, number 10, defeats number 12, Colorado School of Mines. Teran, I think that's their third loss in the season. Is it safe to say that Colorado School of Mines will probably not be returning to the championship this year after 2 years running?
Right. I think that is the case. You can't go and make the playoffs with 3 losses.
What went wrong, dude? I think they just lost a lot of talent, huh?
Exactly. And maybe they had the championship hangovers.
Yeah, no, it's true. And as much as I liked those guys, man, the Ore Diggers are a great team. It sucks, man. I really wanted to see them win one. I really did. In these last couple of years, man, like this last past year, that was a rough one for them, man. It was. This last past year, when we saw Harding, I mean, 38-7 last year. Remember that game? Harding beat the ever living crap out of them, and it just wasn't. I don't know, dude. It just wasn't. It just wasn't their year. The year before that, they lost. So I mean, I don't know, Aaron. To me, I feel like this was a crazy week, though, man. You know, it really was. So taking a look at the rest of these games, so many upsets. We had number 20 Augustana defeating number 9 the Mavericks of Minnesota State. That was another upset right there. Number 3 Pittsburgh, which this will be fun. They defeated Central Oklahoma in this one, number 6. That was a top 10 game right there. And then the biggest upset of them all, Aaron. This was, I mean, you can't get bigger than this. Number 4 Ferris State. It was our game of the week last week. Michigan battle. Number 4 Ferris State defeating number 1 Grand Valley. And Teran, it wasn't even close. Rivalry game here. Ferris State Bulldogs beat the living crap out of the Lakers. 34-7, dude. Wow. What about that?
That was big right there. That definitely helps Ferris State's case of moving on up. And also just makes you wonder what happened with Grand Valley. Was this just the case of Ferris State deserving to be a top 3 team, or was it the case of Grand Valley having an off day? Because sometimes you just have that off game where nothing goes your way and nothing just goes correctly for you.
Yeah, no, it's true. And it sucks to see that, man. I really liked Grand Valley. I thought they can win this one. We picked them last week. because we said some Lakers got to be good, but then our Lakers have been pretty good too, Teran. They've been okay, and a little annoying here and there, but they've been all right. But yeah, Teran, this has been a season though. These guys taking a look at the rankings now in Division 2. Number 1, the Gorillas. I ain't happy, feeling glad. Oh, not those Gorillas. Sorry, wrong Gorillas. But these Gorillas. Good old Pittsburgh State, man. Looking good. Number 1 above all. We have Ferris State, number 2. Valdosta State, number 3. Cuts down, man. They're doing their thing. Number 4, Okeechobee Baptist, number 5. Grand Valley State falls to 6. You have Harding, who was number 1. Then they jumped up a little bit, but they actually won a game this past week too. They defeated who do they beat this week? I have to look at the thing again. They defeated. Oh, there we go. Duh, I didn't even got to look at that. I got my notes right here. Sorry. But yeah, this past week, they also had the upset. Well, not an upset, but they had a victory. They defeated number 25, Southern Arkansas. They bounced back from that loss last week. But yeah, taking a look at this top 25, like I said, they hung in it. They're still there at number 7. You have Western Colorado, who's moved up to number 8, number 9, Central Oklahoma, and then CSU Pueblo at number 10. So looks pretty solid there. And then this week, I got a handpicked game here, of course. Number 10, CSU Pueblo taking on number 8 Western Colorado. Teran, this as you would say, the hottest ticket. This is the hottest ticket in Colorado this week, I think, man.
Yeah, and it's a great in-state rivalry. It's an opportunity for both these teams to move up. I think Western Colorado could win this one, but CSU Pueblo, they know that a win would definitely put them for sure into the top 10, barring any more upsets.
They have to get there, Teran. There's no way. They're not in the top 10 if they don't. You know what I mean? Like they have to be in the top 10 if they get this win. They have to. There's no arguments. Like they have to be in this top 10. So yeah, Teran. So yeah, kind of a, not the sleepiest week, but a little sleepy here in Division 2. But yeah, man. I mean, any other games you like in Division 2?
I mean, they're all good, but nothing that really sticks out to me out of the ordinary.
Yeah, same here. I think this was the one. This was the one where I was like, yeah, this is a good one right here. This is going to be some fun. So anyway, Teran, let's go ahead and drift off over real quick into the FCS. And then we'll get into our pick'ems. But yeah, man, good old FCS here, man. Last week, Youngstown State, they freaking pulled off the victory, Teran. How about this, man? The Penguins out of Youngstown State, they have not been that good. Like I said, they were champs like 10 years ago. They were solid-ish, but they just couldn't, this year hasn't been the best year for them. Well, guess what? This upset right here, looking good. They beat number 8, North Dakota. The Fighting Hawks. Number 3, South Dakota State. Oh, what a game. They defeated number 4, South Dakota, their in-state rivals, 20-17 in overtime. Those 2 games right there we highlighted last week, and they did not let us down, man. Any thoughts on those games there?
Yeah, I thought, those are some really good games right there. And that South Dakota State, South Dakota game, that was a barn burner. That was probably one of the more legendary games right there. That is what a rivalry game is all about. And North Dakota losing, that was a little surprising, but Youngstown State is for real.
Oh, yeah. I think they're not going to be going nowhere. They only won 3 games this year, but hell, that's a good stamp on their season, like somewhere in there. So that's a good mark. Take a look at this top 10 currently right now. We have number 1, North Dakota State. Obviously, the Bison take over. Number 2, Montana State. Number 3, South Dakota State. Number 4, South Dakota. Number 5, UC Davis, dude. Where did these Aggies come from? It's just crazy to see them this high, but I love it. Got a NorCal team in there. Number 6, Southeast Missouri State. Number 7, Idaho. Number 8, Mercer. Number 9, UIW. And number 10, Montana. Oh, the Grizzlies in there. Got both those Montana teams in there right now. And overall, Teran, I looked high and low. It's a sleepy week. Yeah, I didn't see. Do you see anything this week that looks like it's going to be a good ranked on ranked battle? I didn't see anything, Teran.
I mean, yesterday we had a barn burner in the Ivy League with Columbia beating Yale 13-10.
Fair.
Other than that, not really.
That was a fun game, but yeah, Teran. I mean, really, overall,
playing Oklahoma. If Oklahoma finds a way to lose that one, To the end of the bench.
Please, to the end of you stop playing football this year. You guys are good. No. But sleepy week here in the good old FCS. But yeah, Teran, let's give ourselves a quick break. When we come back, let's go ahead and get into our pick'ems because you gotta love it. All right, you're listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all. That's supposed to be right back after this.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Man, can you believe it, dude? We're in week 10. We are in week 10. Welcome back. If you haven't been with us for the last hour and a half talking everything college football. And when I mean everything, we actually mean freaking everything, Terrence. So, yeah, high school football. We've got the 3C2A, NJCAA, NAIA, Division III, Division II, FCS, and now here we are, last of the FBS. Teran, we're everywhere. We're everywhere, bro. That's just what we do. It's how we do it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, and apologies earlier. Twitter somehow cut out on the stream. Had to replace that. And
that was frustrating.
That was annoying because, our viewers, I think, kind of left us. Which, I mean, obviously the numbers are coming back up. But sorry about that, guys. Twitter pulled a Tennessee Titans. Sorry about that, guys. So it's all good. Things happen. All is forgiven. But I'm saying, mistakes happen. But anyway, with that said, good old FBS, Teran. Oh man, this is we obviously earlier we talked about these games, which we're not gonna go back over, but these were some goodies last week in our FBS recap. Some good ones here. We know Ohio State had a toughie versus Nebraska. Notre Dame did their thing over the Navy, which was crazy, even seeing the Navy this high. Good old Oregon, man, getting it done over Illinois, which we obviously probably knew that was going to happen. Alabama had no trouble with Mizzou. Texas had all the trouble in the world with Vandy the same exact way that Alabama did, except for they didn't lose like Alabama did. And Saturday Night Football was a goodie. until the end, that is, until the Aggies just overtook like crazy, upsetting LSU. So yeah, man, there was some good stuff there last week. But dude, now going on over to this week in the FBS, how about it, man? We have our top 10 at the moment, and Oregon, kings of the land, man. The Ducks of the land leading the charge, of course. Then you got Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, the U, Texas, Hook 'em Horns, Tennessee, Notre Dame, BYU, and Texas A&M find themselves there. How about this, Darren? Do you like that top 10? I know we talked about it earlier, but for everybody who wasn't with us earlier, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought the top 10 sounded about correct. Obviously there are some teams that have earned their stripes, and there are some teams that still need to earn their stripes a little more. So
Yeah.
I think this week and the next few weeks are going to really determine who the true teams are, and keep an eye out for those conference championships, not just in the Power Four, but in some of the other non-Power Four conferences.
Oh yeah, that's for damn sure, man. We got some good ones. I'm looking forward to this. We have. I gotta stop. I say it all the time, but I really am. I love some football, man. And seeing all these teams going head to the 12 team playoff is going to be a lot of fun. It really is, because this time I don't think there's a way to mess this up. You can't mess up the 12 team playoff. There's no way. 13 and 14 are going to be pissed off, but we were mad that 5 and 6 didn't get in before. Now they're in. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to be just fine with the 12 team playoff. Like obviously, we talk about this. The high school football needs a national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
We need it. Even if it's old school, which I think it has to be. It's hard to have a tournament. There's a lot of games. I know some people would say, oh, well,
how much football is too much football?
How much football is too much football? And some people would say, oh, well, these kids want to go to the NFL one day, and college is expanding, so high school should be expanding. And I get it, but once again, how much is too much? It's just it's hard to find the balance. Regardless, though, there should be a national championship game. I would love to see Mater Dei play. Well, Bishop Gorman's no longer number 2, but right now, if it were to end up like this and Milton was number 2, Mater Dei versus Milton, let's go. We have number 1 and number
Duncanville.
2, or Duncanville, whichever one is number 2 at the end, or you know what I mean, or who knows, Mater Dei. They might fall. We don't know, but the way they've been playing, I don't see it happening. But what I'm saying is number 1 versus number 2. Last year should have been who was it again? Bishop Gorman versus Chaminade Madonna.
Yeah,
that should have been the game. But is what it is. But let's see it. Let's see. I want to see that. But overall, everybody else, the national championship decided. Max Preps picks them. I know you said other ones do their picking too, Teran, but that's that. But the 3C2A, they have 4 on the south, 4 in the north. Realistically, that's an 8-team playoff. You see, they call it different things. The SFCA something, I think, or and then the North,
Southern California Football Association or something.
And then the North, they have another acronym like that for the 3C2A. The NJCAA, now they have 14. They have a 14 playoff, kind of like how the college football playoff was.
Yep.
And in the NAIA, they have a freaking 16-team bracket. In Division 3, they have like a 24-team bracket. In Division 2, they have like a 16-team bracket, I think. You know what I mean? Like in the FCS, they have, what is it? I think it's a 12-team bracket too as well, or it's maybe 16. So all of them have that. I know, like I said, the NJCAA, I eventually see the NJCAA moving on to like a 12-team bracket too. But you got to give a fair chance at the end in the tournament. European soccer fans are completely going crazy because they're like, no, we don't like playoffs. Just kidding. But we're in America, damn it. We love our playoffs. We love our tournaments at the end of the year. So is what it is. But Teran, this is awesome, man. I love how we're going into this 12-team playoff, and if these teams continue, they're all getting in.
Yep.
So there you have it. So anyway, Teran, let's go ahead and get on into it, man. You know what time it is. Pick along with us. Time to come make your picks. Who do you got? Let us know. Let's do this, man. So first up here on the docket, there's so many games, of course, and we go through every single one of them. We do our best with them. But here we go, Teran. So up this week, we already talked about this last past week. Starting on the 29th, we had FIU over New Mexico State, Louisiana over Texas Tech, I'm sorry, Texas State. Sorry, Red Raiders. Sam Houston over Louisiana Tech. We had Jack State over Liberty, Western Kentucky over Kennesaw State, and Tulane over Charlotte. That was Halloween night. And then last night, UConn over Georgia State, USF over FAU, and of course, number 15 Boise State just taking it to San Diego State, 56-24. Well, here we are today. We're about 20 minutes away from game time. Let's get our picks in there, bro. Here we go. Starting things off, man. This is actually the game we're starting off with today, dude. How you like this one, man? Number 4, Ohio State taking on number 3, Penn State. We're 20 minutes away from this thing. To me, this is bigger than Saturday Night Football. This is the big game. This is the one, in my opinion, of the entire day. Number 3 versus number 4. Number 4 versus number 3 in Happy Valley. Who you taking?
Man, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to really prove which team is the contender that's going to challenge Oregon in the Big Ten. But I'm going to go with Ohio State. I still don't trust Penn State, honestly. I feel Ohio State, after that close win over Nebraska, I think they'll come out fired up. They have a lot to prove. Penn State is undefeated. They don't have much to prove. Ohio State needs to prove to everybody that they deserve to be in the Big Ten championship game, let alone in the national championship conversation. So give me the Buckeyes.
100% agree, Teran. 100% agree. Gosh damn it. This is a hard one for me because Ohio State, they played Oregon so well, but then again, they're just inferior to Oregon. Oregon's amazing. And it was a great game. But overall, I do feel like Ohio State, they're not going to lose many more games than that game. Actually, I think they're going to lose any other games at all in the regular season, but that
It
game
should be on prime time. Like, if NBC should have had a big time game on prime time, they should have had this one.
Yeah, this is kind of dumb that they didn't have this up there, but regardless, this game was starting us off in a couple of minutes here, and I'm all for it. I'm going Buckeyes in this one too. I know it's hard because I want to see, the best play of the best, and you're going to see teams rise and fall. But overall, I do feel like Penn State, they're good. They're good, but Ohio State's better. I guess
Yeah.
there. So I think they'll go in and get that victory, man. So continuing on, let's go ahead and jump on it. Duke at 6-2 taking on number 5, the U. Teran. There's a point in every show that I have to ask you the most important question of all questions in at least college football. And that question is the U back?
I will believe it when I see it.
I'm sorry, that's funny. Yeah, they're number 5. They're 8-0. But again, look at their schedule. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we'll believe it when we see it. So number 19. I'm just kidding. So what do you think, man? Think they got Duke today, or do you think Duke is the first team to show this team they're freaking not the team everyone thinks they are?
If it were in Duke, I would have given Duke a chance, but I think Miami's going to win in a close one.
That seems fair. I think this is the game, Teran. I'm going Duke. I think this is the game.
That's not a bad pick, just because Duke almost beat SMU, so
that was my point.
It's a respectable pick.
Thank you, sir. Well, let's see what happens. But yeah, they might edge him out because they're in Miami, but we'll see. So number 19, Ole Miss taking on Arkansas. What do you think?
I'm going to take Ole Miss in this one. I got the Niffin Kiffins taking down the Pigs in a Blanket.
The Niffin Kiffins. Air Force. Yeah, for sure. I got Ole Miss in this one. We have number 21, Army. That's 7-0, taking on the 1-6 Air Force Academy. What happened to the Air Force?
Unfortunately, they had engine malfunctions. They couldn't get off the ground.
That's for dang sure, man. We're going Army in this one all day.
Yeah, Army's winning this one.
Minnesota at 5-3, taking on number 24, Illinois at 6-2. That should be actually a fun one. I like that.
Yeah, I think I got Illinois edging this one out.
Yeah, they're going. I think it'll be a close one, but dude, the Golden Gophers, they're gonna fight. You know this.
They got a good D though.
The Black Bears of Maine FCS, as you said earlier, taking on Oklahoma, 4-4 versus 4-4. Teran, if the Black Bears pull this game off,
Man, if Oklahoma loses this one, I don't think anyone's going to let them live this one down.
Yeah,
But I got to take the Boomer Sooners.
the boomer all day. I'm almost sure. So I'm actually very sure. So Northwestern at 3-5, taking on Purdue at 1-6. Yay! What a fun game.
This is the battle of worse and worse. Worse and even more worse. But I got to take Northwestern just because Purdue is a heaping pile of sludge in that Big Ten conference.
Yeah, they suck. So Stanford at 2-6, NC State at 4-4.
I'm going to take the Wolfpack in NC State.
Yeah, me too. I think so too. That's a good pick right there. Virginia Tech at 5-3, Syracuse at 5-2. That's a fun one.
That's a sneaky good ACC game. And honestly, Virginia Tech still has a chance to maybe make the ACC championship. So give me Tech in this one.
Yeah, me too. I think that would be fun. So Buffalo at 4-4, Akron at 2-6. That sucks. I got to go Bulls in this game.
Akron actually proved me wrong last week, but I'm still taking Buffalo.
I thought you were gonna pick the Zips. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. So Toledo at 5-3, East Michigan at 5-3.
I will take. They're both 2-2 in MAC conference play. I'll take Toledo.
Me too. Holy Toledo. That'd be a fun game there. Memphis in their really cool uniforms are taking them all the way to San Antonio. That's right. 7-1 Memphis, 3-5 Roadrunners. Oh.
I'm taking Memphis in this one, no doubt.
Yeah, they're gonna look cool doing it. So Vanderbilt at 5-3 because they seem to slay the Dragons, man. Versus Auburn at 3-5. Give me the Commodores.
Well, if Vanderbilt wins, they clinch a bowl game. So I'm taking Vanderbilt in this one.
Oh, you and me too. I'm taking that right there. So Old Dominion at 4-4, Appalachian State at 3-3.
If Old Dominion starts Colton Joseph, my boy, Old Dominion's going to win this one by a metric mile.
Let's go.
So give me Old Dominion in this one.
I agree. I'm taking Old Dominion in that game as well. Tulsa at 3-5, UAB at 1-6. Wow, Dragons. Wow.
I really have to pick one of these teams. I'll take Tulsa.
Yeah, I don't know if UAB is going to win any more games this year. Number 1 Oregon at 8-0, taking on Michigan at 5-3. How funny. This game would have been so good if Harbaugh stuck around, right? But he didn't. He's now with your Chargers, and Michigan is now in the crapper.
Oregon actually might have a little bit tougher of a time in this one. Michigan is really good at the big house. That being said, I think Oregon inches this one out.
Yeah.
I think Michigan's going to throw everything and more at Oregon, but I think the Ducks get it done.
I feel the Ducks are just coming. This is their season to lose. So
Dylan Gabriel, Heisman, masterclass incoming.
Without a doubt, dude. So Florida at 4-3, Georgia, number 2, Georgia at 6-1. Why does this game have upset written on it, but very faintly?
Both teams are aren't they both rivals? Either
Yeah.
way, I'm taking Georgia in this one. As much as I like the Gators and I think they do have a shot at upsetting Georgia, I think Georgia is going to be a step ahead of them.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that one. So let's go, Georgia. Let's see what happens. But Texas Tech 5-3, number 11, Iowa State Cyclones.
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa State in this one. They're going to blow by Texas Tech.
Yeah, I don't see this game being too competitive. Number 13, Indiana, 8-0, and the 4-4 Michigan State Spartans.
So if Curtis Rourke plays in this game, I can see Indiana winning by quite a bit. But even without Curtis Rourke, I think Indiana wins this one nicely.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think Indiana should get this game, even on the road in East Lansing. Number 17, Kansas State. They defeated their rivals last week. They're floating high. They're 7-1, and they're taking on the Cougs of Houston at 3-5 on the road.
I'm taking Kansas State in this one. I think they keep it going.
Without a doubt, they keep it going. UCLA, who's had more problems than you could ever think of at 2-5, taking on Nebraska at 5-3, who's actually scary good.
I think Nebraska wins this one. As much as I like UCLA, Nebraska's going to win in the trenches when it truly matters. And when you face Nebraska, you have to win in the trenches. And I just don't think UCLA has the physicality to keep up with Nebraska in the trenches. So give me the Huskers in this one, especially since Nebraska almost beat the Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. Let's go, Huskers. North Carolina, the Tar Heels at 4-4, taking on the 1-7. I never thought I would say that. The 1-7 Florida State Seminoles. Oh,
Yeah, North Carolina is going to spin the block on Florida State.
yeah, I don't see this one going any other way. Florida State's just bad. So 5-2, Arizona State taking on the 3-5 Oklahoma State Pokes, the Cowboys. Teran, I think Arizona State actually has a good chance in this game.
Yeah, Arizona State will win this one. Oklahoma State has not been good in terms of Big 12 conference play.
Yeah, they've sucked. So Arizona at 3-5, taking on the 3-5 UCF Nitros. They play the Knights. What do you think, man?
You know what? I'm taking Arizona in this one. As much as I love UCF and as much as Arizona's got to fly all across the country to play them in Orlando, I like me some Noah Fafita and Tataroa McMillan.
I agree. I think so too. That should be fun. Let's go, Arizona. Mid Tennessee State at 2-6. UTEP at 1-7. Teran, someone's got to win this game.
Yeah, someone does have to win this game. I will take Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll just say UTEP. I don't know. Win at home, we'll see. UL Monroe at 5-2. Marshall at 4-3.
I'm going to take UNL Monroe in a close one.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, August, to be different, I'll take the Herd at home. This is a pick'ems game. It really is. So, Wyoming at 1-7, New Mexico at 3-5. Another Teran, there are some good ones and there are some stinkers in this one.
Yeah, there's some clunkers. I'm taking New Mexico in this one.
Yeah, let's see what they do at home. I mean, that's it. Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers at 4-3, taking on Troy at 1-7. Oh my gosh, Troy.
Yeah, they need Kamani Vidal in the worst way. Give me Coastal Carolina.
100% Coastal Carolina. That cool teal life they got going on over there. Navy at 6-1, taking on Rice at 2-6. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm looking ahead now. What about this game, Teran?
I'm taking Navy in this one.
Yeah, shouldn't be very hard. We have UMass, the Minutemen at 2-6. That's probably how much offense they played. About a minute in every game. 2-6. And Mississippi State at 1-7. It's an SEC team, though, man. Does Mississippi State get it done? Or do you think the Minutemen can just go over there and beat them, too? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, Mississippi State has not been good, but so has Massachusetts. God, if Mississippi State loses this one, there's no coming back from this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Mississippi State.
I am too. If they lose this damn game, I'm telling you, oh no. Hawaii.
They got to put the fries in the back.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah, please. So, no, Hawaii at 3-5. Sorry, taking on Fresno State at 5-3.
Fresno State can be bowl game eligible if they win. Give me the Bulldogs.
Give me the Bulldogs too. Number 10. Oh, well, actually, we're going to come up with that one later on. But okay, so we got Louisville at 5-3, taking on number 11, Clemson at 6-1. Now we got some football games in here.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson in this one. I don't think Louisville is going to be keeping up with the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. So let's go Clemson. We have Wisconsin. This is actually a good game because they're both in the same level. Wisconsin at 5-3, taking on Iowa at 5-3. That's actually a fun game. I like that.
I'm going to take Iowa in this one just because they have the better D, and yeah. I think Iowa. I can't imagine Iowa would struggle against Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin does pretty good against non-ranked competition, but I think Iowa with the better defense comes through.
You read my mind. I'm with you all day long in that game for sure. Georgia Southern at 5-3, South Alabama at 4-4.
Sunbelt, Fun Belts. This could be for the Sunbelt spot in the Sunbelt Conference Championship. I'm going to take Georgia Southern.
I like that. I think so too. Georgia Southern will be a lot of fun in this game. But opposite, you know what? I'm just going to say South Alabama wins at home. Screw it. Go Jags. I think Jaguars. So Kentucky at 3-5, taking on number 7 Tennessee. Teran, if somehow Tennessee loses this game.
Yeah, then we got to be concerned. But let's be honest, Tennessee is not losing to Kentucky.
No, I don't think so either. So here's one of the other big ones, one of the 3 big ones this week. Number 18 Pitt at 7-0. We had Ralph Cleese talk about this one earlier, taking on number 20 SMU. And big ups to Ralph, man. This is definitely going to be a big one. Teran, what do you think, buddy?
Man, this is such a tough one. I got to go with Pitt on this one. I think SMU keeps it close, but I think the Panthers pull this one out by a whisker.
They're going to channel their inner Aaron Donald.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're going to do well in this game. So next up, we have here TCU taking on Baylor. TCU at 5-3, Baylor at 4-4. What do you think?
I think the Horned Frogs get it done. They know that a win over Baylor puts them in the bowl game. So give me TCU.
That is for dang sure. We have give me TCU in that one. Colorado State at 5-3, Nevada at 3-6.
This is such a no-brainer. Give me Colorado State.
Yeah, big time. Of course, we got to talk about our stupid team. USC at 4-4, taking on Washington at 4-4, because both Pac-10 teams are underperforming like crazy this year.
The only thing that wouldn't surprise me is if USC finds a way to bumble this one on the road, because they have not been good on the road. They've lost to Maryland. They lost to Michigan. They lost to Minnesota. I mean, this one isn't too across the country in the Midwest or the East Coast, but I think USC edges this one out. I think this one's going to be a little bit more high scoring than normal, but give me the Trojans in this one.
I'm not going to pick against the Trojans. I'm taking them too, but if they lose, well, we've been seeing it all season. And of course, Teran, the game of the week, the Saturday night spotlight, if you will, Saturday night football. Number 10, Texas A&M. They were in it last week, and they defeated LSU. It's on ABC, ESPN Plus. The same ESPN Plus that Teran bought for one game to watch the Chargers lose. I'm sorry, Teran. I'm sorry. Teran's leaving. I'm signing off. I'm sorry, Teran. I'm sorry. Look, the Raiders are horrible. Okay, so I'm just saying.
Yes.
Poor Chargers. Anyway, but Teran was pissed, you guys. I bought ESPN Plus for one game to see this.
And I moved set point around.
And you moved set point to 1 o'clock that day. That was, 2 weeks ago? To watch them lose the Cardinals? Yeah. Thank you, Chargers.
Yep.
Thank you. Anyway, number 10, Texas A&M, 7-1. South Carolina at 4-3. I really think that this should have been the game of the week for damn sure on Saturday night. But whatever. This one is what it is. Can the Gamecocks pull this one off at home, or do you think Texas A&M is too strong?
I mean, South Carolina is solid, but I think Texas A&M coming off that big win over LSU is going to be raring to go. So give me Texas A&M.
Me too. I think it's going to be fun, but I'm excited for it, man. Let's see what happens. Let's go. I'm going to go with Texas A&M too on the road. But, dude, if the Gamecocks pull this one out, oh, my gosh, how crazy would that be? So, Teran, it's about that time, bro. We're calling it. That is it. Cue our music because we're out of here. That was a fun one, as always. Sorry for a little cutout on Twitter, guys, in the stream, but we got it back and everything was good. But, dude, that was a lot of fun. As always, man. Good show. Any last thoughts, comments, good games you want to put out there? Any shout-outs, any teams, any level? What you got?
I really think Penn State, Ohio State should have been on NBC instead of Wisconsin, Iowa.
Yeah. Good going, guys. Like, seriously, good going. Anyway, yeah, Teran, I love it, though, man. We always got some good stuff going on, man. And a great show, another great show here. Oh, boy. Well, here it comes, man. The brackets for high school football, CIF for sure. They'll be getting picked soon. Tomorrow, you said 10 a.m., right? Pacific time.
Yep, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
I'm sure other states are doing the same thing, or maybe next week, too, getting close to that. 3C2A action is going to be a lot of fun this weekend. Can Golden West pull this off next couple of weeks? Can Long Beach pull it off tonight? Will anybody bring the giant down that is Mount Sac, not San Antonio? Is Butler going to be able to pull off an upset over Iowa Western today in community college football in JCAA? Division III, Division II, NAIA, just all the goods, man. And we're going to, Morningside Northwestern, man, sign me up. I'm excited for that one. So much good football going around, man. It's a plethora. We're getting to Thanksgiving, guys. It's a cornucopia of football, if you will. Number 10, CSU Pueblo. Number 8, Colorado Western. I mean, I'm telling you, Division II's packed. Today, I think this is the game. It's coming up against a few. That's actually kicking off against a bit. Big ups to our sponsors, Planet Jerky, Cream Biscuit Beef Jerky, and of course, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Give us a follow, 3 and out, all spelled out CEIE. Teran Rodriguez won the LB53, the LB_53. Yeah, the TATE_LB53, sorry. For my boy Teran Rodriguez, from me, boy Larry B, signing off. We will see y'all next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.